See, when I say I want a ship with more storage, this is what I'm talking about. It's a C-rank ship, but it's got 41 units of storage. Too bad it's 36 million units, which I do not have. I want to take a look. Oh my goodness. Look at all this storage. Okay, so I need money. So this is going to be the grind episode. Okay, first and foremost, before we... Oh, and here's another S-rank ship. Is this the same hauler as before? Man, what are the odds? I know it's been, you know, like a whole day for you guys between episodes, but like, this was 5 minutes. Like, I stopped the previous episode, and then I just started recording another one, and so this is like... I really like the angularness of this ship. This is a cool ship. I would have this ship. But this is 37 million units, and it's only 36 slots, whereas that other one is 41 slots for 36 million. I don't know. There's something to be said about having the S-class ships. This one's really cool. Like, if I had this one, I don't know, I'd name it, like, Legiana or something, because it's long and angular. I don't know. Still thinking about the naming scheme. But before we get to the grind proper... I guess I didn't have to take off, but I'm getting this signal, so let's look at this together.
Incoming transmission. Source unknown.
You are not alone. Please identify yourself.
Haven't we done this before?
You left me. Why did you...
I don't understand.
Of course you'd say that. Of course you'd... Just like the others.
Who am I speaking to? There is no reply. The communicator falls silent, though the channel remains open. Huh. Okay, so as for missions, let's take a look here. We've got base computer archives, which I might tackle some of. Exosuit upgrades I really want to get into once I get more of those maps. Otherwise, it's travel to the stranger coordinates, which... Stranger's coordinates, question mark? So yeah, so like I said at the beginning, this is going to be a grinding episode where I'm going to go through and I'm going to try to get a couple of important things. First and foremost, I need bigger storage on ship, and in my opinion, the easiest way to do that is just purchasing one of the ships that comes flying into the space station. In order to purchase one of those ships, I need credits, and in order to get credits, I need to sell Corvette parts, and in order to get a mass of Corvette parts to be able to sell, I need more storage in my exosuit. So you can see we kind of have like this list of things that need to be done. What I'm going to start with is my ship currently has 12 out of 40 charts. I've got 41 navigation data on me. So let me... Of course, do I want to use the navigation data for that? Because remember before, we had the option of actually just being able to purchase with credits some of these. So rather than use the... I mean, I could use the navigation data to get even more. I can't remember what planet I was on that had the purchasable exosuit maps. Actually, I'm going to scan, because a scan can reveal these little huts, little hut symbols, which unfortunately there isn't one of those pads to land on that helps propel me when I launch, so I'm just going to have to use up some fuel. That's fine, I have plenty. Get another navigation data. And this is another thing that you can do if you're, if you don't really want to spend navigation data on getting the maps. Ooh, an alluring specimen. If you don't want to spend the navigation data on getting the maps, and you don't have or don't want to spend units to purchase them from the occasional trader, another thing you can do is you can just literally fly around and try your luck. So, you can see I'm flying. I hit C to scan. Boom. It gives me this little unknown building icon. This unknown building can be an actual building. It can be just a plain save point. It can be one of those jettison pods that gives us some goop and some items. It could be one of the exosuit upgrades. So there's really no way to know without getting close enough to see it. Whoa. Ah, this is perfect. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the pod that gives me an exosuit upgrade. So we're going to go ahead and land. This is some really weird terraforming. Huh. There's a part of me that's like a little OCD that wants to carve that down and put it back to where I would assume the game should have it. Because this is just really weird. But I won't waste time with that. Ever since like episode 1 or something, I honestly can't even remember the first time I mentioned it, but we've been talking about these. These are the pods that can give an exosuit upgrade module. When you come in here and click on it, you'll see, though, it needs to be repaired. So what do we need? We need 10 sodium nitrate, which I have. We need 1 carbon nanotube, which I don't have, but I've got the carbon to make. And we need an antimatter housing. So let's take a look at our inventory, which is unfortunately full of crud. Send that to the ship. I don't have the slots for the ship. Okay. So I need to free up some slots. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of things while we're here. First, let me slap down this, the portable refiner. I can go ahead and run this. There is my... Okay, let's go ahead and start running this. We'll get that all out of my inventory. On top of that, too, in our building, we made this before, the construction research unit. We left it back in our base. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make one to carry around in our inventory. This is the little device that we can spend the salvage data on. Logo buildable technology. I've got 46 on me. I'm just going to start buying stuff. I bought all this. Let's go ahead and get started on this stuff. You can see it's only costing 1 for some, but then some of them will cost 2. Some of them will cost 3. Okay, so that freed up a little bit of inventory from those. Let's see. I can send... Actually, I guess I can't send that to the ship, but it's only 25%, so I can use it. Gonna melt all that stuff down. What do I even have in here? Let's see. Well, I can free up some slots with those. I can put this in my inventory. See, and this is where you need to, like, take a minute and actually consolidate your stuff, because I've got stuff in my inventory that's also in my ship's inventory, and if I just consolidate it in one location, that frees up a slot. So I can put that away. I want to keep this. I want to keep the silicate. Yep, silicate powder. I'm going to melt this stuff down so it's out of my inventory. And then I will eventually spend the navigation data. I'm trying to get all 40 of these. Once I have 40, I'm then going to just take time off camera to go get 40 inventory slots. So I'll probably get all of them down here and a bunch of them up here. How many am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 30. 33, 36, 39, 40. So yeah, with 40, I can almost fill up all of these spots. Now, I should state, this is not your maximum limit. As soon as you fill all of these slots, you can continue getting more storage, and you'll get a little scroll wheel on the side, and you can have way, way more than just what you can see right here on the screen. Remember, though, every time you go to a new system, you can purchase an inventory slot from the little station, from the space station. I don't even know what you'd call it, but it's right next to the Exosuit technology salesman guy. So you don't have to spend all of your time finding these or purchasing the Exosuit maps to locate more. You can just go from system to system and slowly collect, you know, one here, one there, and eventually there is a maximum limit. So this isn't unlimited. I can't just keep expanding it forever. But I think you can wind up having like something like 120 cargo slots on your person. Like it's really helpful to get storage, which is why I focus so hard on it right now at this juncture in the game. Okay, so again, we need sodium nitrate, carbon nanotubes, antimatter housing. Now I've got some room to work with here. Sodium nitrate, I'm leaving it here because it's right next to sodium. But I can go ahead and make a carbon nanotube, and I can make an antimatter housing. This requires oxygen and ferrite dust, so make sure you've got oxygen and ferrite dust. But now, I've got all 3 items that I need. So I go here, boop, boop, boop. And just like that, completely for free. I don't have to pay for this. It's just like any of the other ones. I can put it wherever I want. I'm going to go down here, upgrade Exosuit. You can only do this once for this pod. So it's not like this will reload and I can come back later to do it again. I have to go locate another pod to be able to do this again. Also, every time you access one of these pods, it will pop up as a secondary mission. So, you know, you can then click on it and find it, and you won't lose track of it. You'll be able to relocate it in the future. How are we doing here? This is still going to take a little bit of time. And plus I've got more stuff to melt down. So while that's doing that, let me just take a quick look around, see what we can find in the immediate vicinity. 'Cause this is the other important thing, is I've got like no upgrades for my stuff. And unfortunately, all of the people selling upgrades, they're kind of lackluster for what I'm looking for. So I need to go out into the wild blue yonder, I guess, depending on what planet I'm on. And I need to actually locate more upgrades. Upgrades can be found from things like this buried cache, if I'm lucky. I'm not exactly lucky. Never mind, I'm really lucky. Emerald is one of those rare materials that I need for later in the game. So definitely glad I found that. Let's see, abandoned crate, crystal sulfide, sulfide. Okay, let's go hit up a knowledge stone. Let's recharge life support. And remember, if you're going to be doing a lot of inventory upgrading like I am, make sure you're picking up ferrite dust, make sure you're picking up oxygen from any and all sources that you can find, just so that you can make plenty of those items. The antimatter housing, carbon nanotubes, etc. So yeah, carbon too. You need carbon for the carbon nanotubes, ferrite and oxygen for the antimatter housing, and what was the other one? Sodium nitrate. Sodium nitrate might be the hard one for me to find right now, but it was only 10 per, so if I get 40 of these, that means I need 400, and I almost have 400, so it's not, I'm not that bad off. So since the whole episode, since the goal for this whole episode is kind of just grinding, this is just going to be where I really start exploring. If you've reached this point in the game with me, then I very highly recommend just taking the time to really dig in, explore stuff, play around with some of the mechanics. Maybe if you want to start building a Corvette. I personally want to play with the starships a lot more at this point than the Corvettes, so I'm just going to be using the parts that I get for Corvettes to sell. But ultimately, the galaxy is your oyster at this point. So whatever you feel like doing, go explore, go diving, go mining, go build a bigger base. Whatever it is that you want to do, This I feel like is kind of the opportune time to do it. As soon as you get the antimatter housing to be able to upgrade your own personal inventory, that's kind of the big early game bottleneck, is actually being able to hold on to all of the things that you want to hold on to. Nice. There is also one other thing that I do think we need to tackle, which is part of the reason why I'm trying to save the navigation data, because there is... do you remember, we've seen them a couple of times, those cylinder tubes that require an Atlas pass? That is something that we may be able to access now. So, as a result, we need to locate a specific place, and then once we do, we can try for the Atlas pass. Let's do some more scanning. Okay, this isn't bad. I like these waypoints. These give something random. It could be a distress beacon, so I might be able to find a ship for a couple million units. Let's see what we get. A minor settlement. Perfect. It's kind of what we were looking for. Alright, let's see what we got. Is that just like a bunch of... Yeah, it's just like a bunch of sodium plants. Okay, while I'm here, I might as well take the time, put down the portable refiner, let me go ahead and fuel it, and while I'm messing around with the shops and stuff, I can be melting down all this rusted metal. Okay, we get that. Let's grab the stocks here. We have an encrypted nav data. Let's grab that. What kind of weapon we got here? This is an A class. This one has an A rank upgrade that's currently being boosted extra, but you can see right here, like, this gives me plus 6,000% whenever I analyze flora, fauna, or minerals. So if I were to have this on my multi-tool, this would be beneficial, especially if I stuck it in one of these supercharged slots. I'm almost considering buying this just to get this, because having something is better than nothing. But I'm trying to stick to just S rank and above. How much is this going to cost me? This is going to cost 2 million, which I just barely have. It is technically considered a rifle, though, an A-class rifle. Don't know how it's considered a rifle. It looks like a pistol, but... Okay, you know what? I think I'm going to get this. And I'm actually going to use it. So since I'm going to use it, I need to... First things first, let me look at my other multi-tools. This one had the Gravitino coil on it, so I'm going to go ahead and take that one off. Because I don't really care about this weapon, although the little bones on the top are kind of cool. But this stuff I already have on my multi-tool, so by taking the one off, what I can do now is when I go back to this, I can now do compare, and instead of just purchasing it, I can actually exchange it. It only takes off 24,000 because this one's really not worth a lot, but not only will I get rid of this one to gain this one, I don't have to go through the process of, like, selling this and then using this, or just filling up my inventory with a bunch of stuff that I don't want. So we're going to hit exchange. I now have a new multi-tool. Like I said, this one... Interesting... Oops, that's not what I wanted. Interesting that this has a supercharged slot in the corner. Let's go ahead and put that there. This one already has an advanced mining laser, which is really nice. I don't need the personal force field. That's just one more thing to have to juggle, so I'm going to go ahead and store this technology, just like I did with the Gravitino coil package. Okay, so I've got my mining beam, I've got the advanced mining laser, I've got a scanner, I've got my organic computer, which is sitting in the supercharged slot, so I'm going to get bonus rewards for everything I scan. Now, let me go back to my original multi-tool. I can take off the terrain manipulator and put that on my new one. I can take off the bolt caster, put that on my new one. I've already got the advanced mining laser. Let's take the optical drill. I absolutely need that one. And the rest is not necessary. So what I can do now is I can go ahead and install the Gravitino and the personal force fields back onto the one that I'm no longer going to use. And we'll move those 3 over to my new multi-tool. So again, we have to go into utilities, swap multi-tool. This is my new one. This one also just has a bunch more slots, which is really nice, so. Terrain manipulator, that can go anywhere. Optical drill package, we want to pair this one up with the mining beam. So I think I'm going to put it here. Yeah, I'm just going to put it here so that this one has 2 bonus effects happening, or 2, it's touching 2 faces, so it's getting a power up. I guess I could also put it here. But I think I'm going to put the bolt caster here, because that's currently my primary weapon, so that should get a little boost from being supercharged. Okay. I'm going to need a name for this weapon. I'll probably think of something here at some point, but at the same time, I don't really... This is an A-class, which is really nice, but I don't really necessarily care for this design, so maybe I should only name the things that I actually, care about. For the time being, though, let's see if the shop has... Rat. It does have Pugnium, but I don't need to purchase that. That's just going to take up an extra slot in my stuff. It does have navigation data, which we trade for maps. So I guess in this way, it's only 183,000. Can I even fit 135? You know what? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Who cares? Money doesn't matter. Who needs money? Go over to you. What do you got? Purchase components. You just straight up got antimatter housing. Oh, yeah, I could purchase 3 from him, but I just burned all my money. But that's okay, because what I purchased instead... Look at this. I got 40, 40, 40... 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 complete. Each one of these, because the Exosuit upgrade chart is 3 navigation data, that means I can get 30 would be 10, 33, 11, 36, 12, 39 would be 13. So I can get 13, 26, that's 30, 39... 40, 52, and change. I could get 50 of these upgrade charts with the navigation data that I just purchased. Now, you need to purchase the navigation data? Absolutely not. If you go exploring, like I've been telling you to do, you can just hit up the save points, open up containers, you'll find a bunch of navigation data that way. This was convenient just because it was here and because I've got the units. But I'm absolutely going to keep exploring, and I'm going to keep getting more of these navigation datas. Alrighty, last thing here. Let's talk to this gentleman. The life form shows me complicated creature research data to see if I can comprehend it. I must look blank because the life form instead projects 3 holographic images to my visor. Unknown life form, something. Unknown life form, something, something. They are clearly seeking my opinion on the intellect of my own species. I am shown a vacant-looking slug, a more advanced beaked trader, a gek, and a number of their own electronic rays. Okay, so if I have to sort of say my intelligence level, I'm pretty sure I'm not the slug. I'm also pretty sure I'm not as high as them. intellectually, because they kind of have like this whole hive mind thing going on. But the Gek are those little beaked aliens that they are more like a trading race. So they have knowledge of economies, starships, that kind of thing. So I think I probably am closer to them. So let's do that one. The life form was clearly expecting this answer. They smile and hand me an upgrade module. Perhaps they intend to move me along their scale. Okay, I got a scatter blaster module. It's an A rank. This is good if I had a scatter blaster. Unfortunately, that is a weapon that you have for your multi-tool. Mine is a bolt caster, not a scatter blaster. This does not help me in the slightest. And while we were in there, most of the metal got converted, but I still have 1 minute and 30 seconds left on that. So while we wait... Why is that so big? Is it close by? No, it's off planet. Okay, that's what I thought. Let's take a look. What do we have? You know what? Since I keep talking about this too, I want to show this. The salvage container right here. This is one of the containers that's going to have Corvette parts in it. So let's go take a look at that. This is a spot where I can heal myself, which I'm already at full health, but I'm going to take it anyway because I'm greedy like that. Navigation data, get me some nanites, more nanites. This will restore my shield, but my shield's already at maximum, so that doesn't help me. Okay. Now I just have to remember, I put down my personal refiner, or my portable refiner, so I need to make sure that I don't move my ship, because the portable refiner only shows up on my scanner when I'm within a certain distance. And so I don't want to lose track of that, because the stuff inside of it is not super important, but, you know, I collected all that junk. I'm spending fuel to melt all that junk. I absolutely don't want to not have that junk, especially now that I'm making it not junk. I'm also definitely not speaking from personal experience losing a portable refiner. Definitely didn't put one of those down and put a ton of stuff in it and then move my ship and was not able to find it after the fact. Definitely did not happen to me. Don't know what you're talking about. Ooh, this is really cool. There's actually 3 knowledge stones in close proximity to one another. Let's grab all of them. That's kind of awesome. I don't know where that one went. That wasn't a fever dream, right? I actually did learn a word from that, yeah? I'm gonna say, if I hit this with a mining beam, it doesn't disappear. Huh. Oh. Okay, I've got one that phases in and out of existence. Oh, there's another one over here, too. Dang. I guess sometimes when you find a knowledge stone, you might find more nearby, so just keep your eyes peeled, because there might not be an icon for it on the map because of their proximity to one another. Okay. Right here, this is what we're looking for. Let me recharge this. Okay. As you can see, this is kind of a weird thing. It's just stuck in the ground, and right here is what we want, the salvage container. As you can see, though, I hit it with the laser. It doesn't want to break, because it's currently being protected by 2 things. There's a protective casing above it and below it. So before anything, you have to break the protective casing. You get ferrite dust for doing that. And then we can break the salvage container. So right there, we just got a mission for Corvette assembly, which is part of the reason why I've been putting this off, because now that mission is just going to stay in my missions for as long as it takes me to actually start to make a Corvette. Where are my missions? Corvette assembly, yeah, right here. But instead, what we just received was a couple of Corvette parts. Now, this is the misleading part, right? You look at this, it tells me how much it's worth. You look at this, it tells me how much it's worth. You look at this, it doesn't tell me anything. I just have a couple of pieces that are now taking up my very limited inventory space, which, you know, Not a huge fan of that because my inventory is currently so very limited. However, I promise you they do have a value. This is interesting because we just got, from that, a Sentinel boundary map, which we haven't really done much with the Sentinels yet, mainly because I don't really have the weaponry for it. But we will hold on to that until such time that we are going to tackle the Sentinels. Also, now that I have an upgrade for my scanner, I can go ahead and start scanning stuff. Watch what happens. 17,000 for scanning that plant. Okay, before, like, okay, right here, we have a tree. I'm going to take my scanner. I'll put it away. Let's go ahead and we're going to scan this. 500. We got 500 for that. We take this, we put it back in the slot. 17,000. See, so those upgrades are incredibly important. I would have preferred a bigger one. But, wow, stuff is just happening like crazy here. Okay, this guy has just landed on a planet. This is exactly like what happens in the starships, or the space stations. I can talk to him, and I can make an offer on his starship. Wow, this is nice. Oh, man. Yeah, his upgrades are mid. But we have, right here, cargo space. I could trade for his ship. I could negotiate. I don't have the money for it, but if I did, I could do it right here on the planet's surface. This is one way to get ships. More importantly, when you're on a space station or somewhere where, you know, people can see you, when you do offer to trade, they show you the illegal goods that they have. But if you're out here in the middle of nowhere and no one's watching and you go offer to trade, I got all these X rank modules that I could get. Now, I've been looking for S ranks. X ranks are unique in that if you have a C rank upgrade, the C rank is the lowest tier, not including the broken exclamation point ones that you can find on like rusted multi-tools. C rank is the lowest, B rank is a little bit better, A rank is a little bit better, S rank is a little bit better, and X rank can run the entire gamut from worse than C rank, or just as bad as C rank, all the way up to better than S rank. So if you know what you're doing, X-class upgrades, by and large, are going to be better than the best S ranks. Not always, but there is a way to sort of save scum for the really, really good stuff. As you can see, this costs nanites, not units. So I need to build up a good stockpile of nanites, and then I can buy some of these. Mining beam module, scanner module, those would be really good to have. The movement module, I don't have anything for my jetpack. That would be really nice to have. How many slots do I have right now? I've got 2 slots, unless I ditch something. Wait, don't go away. Don't go away. Okay, I just have to make a decision. Let's go with... I'm going to go scanner modules, and I'm going to keep buying them until he runs out. And I'm going to go movement. He only had the one. Dang. Can I get rid of anything really fast before he leaves? I can't. Well, okay, wait. I can get rid of that. Don't leave. Okay. They're only here temporarily, so I don't want them to take off before I'm done. Okay, cool. I got 3 mining beam, 2 scanners, and a movement. So that'll have to be what I have for now, unless there's anything else I can ditch real quick. I'll get rid of this. I got like one more classification of things that I really want to buy from him. And that is this right here, the hazard protection module. So this is a unique one for upgrades. Normally, when you upgrade your exosuit with hazard protection, you're picking a single hazard at a time. So, like, you're upgrading the ability to withstand radiation or upgrading the ability to withstand toxicity. With the X rank, it is a percentage for all 4 of the different hazards that you can encounter. So these are, like, incredibly valuable, which, if you look at all the other prices he's got, 3, 3, 3, 3... 700. That's why these are so expensive. And he only has the one, thankfully, because otherwise I was just going to buy all of them that he had. Okay, I've got some decent modules now. I definitely want to... I want to be able to use those, but they're currently taking up my inventory, which means I need to make space, and in order to make space, I need to go sell stuff. So let's do a cut. Okay, we're back to the ship. I don't have the inventory to be able to pick up my... I guess I do have the inventory to be able to pick up my refiner. I've got a spot open. Oh, maybe it just automatically put it in my... Yeah, put it in my starship. Okay, that's fine. I'll just have to remember to swap it out. But here we go. I'm at the trading post again. Let's go to sell. And as we can see right here, this Stream thruster that I picked up, 1 million units just for this one item. Boom. Sell that. There's all my money back. 2 cargo spheres, 350,000 total. A Vesper aerofoil, 150,000. Albatross cargo tank, 150,000. So right there, I almost made back all of my money before I bought all this navigation data. Which, I could also buy 12 more, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Looks like they restocked just a little bit. And since I'm here with money again, talk to this guy. Some components. I need the exosuit upgrades, 300,000. I'll take it. Could also potentially get the salvage data, but you find so much of that, especially because you get it in, like, sets of 1 to 4. The navigation data, you typically only get 1, maybe 2 if you're in a place like this and happen to find 2 of them sitting on a table or something. Okay. Let's go ahead and I need to move this back into my inventory. I need to put some... Here's the launch fuel. Put that in there. I need to go ahead and... I need to go use this navigation data. Get that out of my inventory. Unfortunately, there isn't like a merchant that's on a planet that I can trade the navigation data for, at least as far as I'm aware. So, what I need to do is go back to the space station, which currently is showing me the... Ooh! Ooh, 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 ooh. Hailing channel. Look at this. Someone's trying to talk to me. Ooh, I don't want to shoot him. Let's see. How do I... Uh-oh. I think because I shot at the Starship, Sentinels are mad at me now, so... Let's see... I gave him a hermetic seal, I helped him, and he gave me, some standing. So now I'm ranked 4 out of 9 with the Corvax, that's nice. What exactly happened? Was it because I accidentally shot the Starship? Is that why the Sentinel got mad at me? Also, what's this other symbol? Ooh. Don't know. It's talking about space combat. I don't know where I'm looking. Huh. Oh, there it is. Raider. Oh, would you look at this? Freighter. This seems like the entrance, I think. I'm probably supposed to land in it like this. There we go. Okay, it's just like the space station where it just automatically pulls you in. That's nice. Okay, this is a capital ship, it looks like. Can I talk to people, learn more words? Dihydrogen jelly is splattered on the life form's metallic arms. They hum contentedly to themselves in pleasant electronic tones. No, it doesn't look like I can learn words from these guys. Admiral Nadrov. Alright. What can I do for you, Admiral? Wow, this is cool. Ooh. That's funky. Admiral. An air of weary authority clearly marks this being as the freighter's captain. I can buy the freighter. Looks like I don't want to buy the freighter. It's 5 million. It's a Class C. This storage is worse than my starship. Yeah. Okay, thanks. Thanks for the offer, I guess. But not interested. Probably can't loot anything on your ship, can I? Surgeon Lomgreen's performing tests. This Gex seems content enough to serve on this freighter, but I notice them checking their account balance with a frequency bordering on obsessive. Perhaps they see a different life in their future. Oh, so maybe this is like I could get him working on my freighter, but he's questioning whether or not he wants to continue working, so I might have to like bump up his pay. But that's if I was actually going to purchase this freighter. Are these just like lockers? Maybe there's more storage in this ship than I think. What's this? Heating unit. Okay. Oh, maybe these grates on the floor are like I can install stuff in them. I've never had a freighter before, so I have no idea what all this is about. A ladder. Can I just fly? You're gonna make me climb. Okay, that's whatever. What is upstairs? Storage container. Ah, okay, so there is, I guess this must be more like personal storage, maybe? There's another storage container, and there's another storage container. Okay, so there's more storage on here than I think. What in the world are you? Why are you? I mean, it's not my ship, but why in the hell is that stuff in there? Am I outside? Heating unit. Huh. This seems a little dangerous. I'm gonna go back inside, jump down the hole. No, I don't want to climb the ladder. Admiral, this has been a wild ride. I would like to leave now. I think, yeah, this is the way back. Okay, alrighty. That was a fun little side adventure. Oh! Fugitive ship detected? Significant threat, 169,000 reward. I have no idea if I can actually do this, but it's a bounty. Let's see if I can. Okay, I took out his shield, it looks like. Keep the pressure on. Yeah! Nice. Orvacs are happy with me because I took out a fugitive. I got a pirate transponder, star shield battery, a couple of them. Very nice. Well, that was, man, just a whole bunch of random stuff happening. I think this stuff must happen once you progress the story mission to the point that I'm currently at, so I'm thinking it's a good thing that we pushed forward just a little bit. Okay, first things first, I need to get a ton of these. I want like a lot. This would get me 20 exosuit charts. How many did I actually have on me? I've got 15. I can hold up to 40, which means if I go for what, 25, I should be able to 25, and it would only take up one slot. So let's do that. Yep, 40, perfect. Get all these organized. I still have a bunch of these though. Let me, you know what? I'm also going to get, let's say 10 of these. Because these are what we'll need to unlock that Atlas Pass. Let's go ahead and get 10 of those. And then... you know what? Maybe I'll do 10 of these. And... oops, I already got one. Let's just go for 9 more. And then we'll do 10 of these. Okay. Personal refiner. Might seem like I'm really clogging up my inventory here, but I'm gonna start with these, and I'm gonna just do a quick cut montage of getting all these slots, and then I'll have a bunch more inventory that I can spread stuff out in, so I won't need to worry too much about getting clogged up there. Let's see. I guess for now I'll hold on to this navigation data. Of course, how many do I need? What did I say I needed? That's 6, 9, 13, 18, 23 plus 33, 43. So I'm actually going to get 3 more of those because then I will have maxed out both of my areas. Without the scroll wheel. So that's 1, 2, 3 more of those. Okay. Awesome. And then lastly, I think I had a starship. Is this where the... yeah, this is where the pirate transponder went. Turn it over to an envoy of the Mercenaries Guild to collect any associated bounties. I'm thinking that means I can give it to this guy. Pirate transponder. Can I not, if it's not in my inventory? Put it in my inventory. Let's try again. Ah, yep, here we go. So it's got to be in my inventory. Of course, maybe if I just switched to the Starship inventory, that would have done it. But let's go ahead and donate that. So my standing has increased with the Mercenaries Guild. I now have... where is it here? I now have a little... oh, wrong one. A little bit of standing with the Mercenaries Guild. Cool. Oh. I also got this one for eliminating horrors, which I guess I didn't realize I'd already got the highest medal achieved just from doing it once. And I got a point for killing pirates, so that's nice. And now that also said that it increased the Mercenaries Guild, so I should be able to accept missions from them now. So maybe if I talk to this guy... aha! So now I can get missions, and we can see right here... I need to be level 4 in order to get this bottom one, but all these other ones I can do. This one is actually specifically for Corvax, and then Explorers Guild, Merchants Guild, Mercenaries Guild. So I think all I have to do is click on it, and then it tells me what I need to do. I need to take a photo on a strange world. I don't think I've found a strange world yet, but I could just pick that up and keep it in my quests. Kill 15 creatures. I'm not big on killing creatures, but if it gets me standing, I might as well. And it gives me nanites, not a ton. Deliver an item. Client requires a delivery agent for a valuable item. The intended recipient is of significant importance to the client, and the item must be delivered safely. The client warns the courier to ignore any unauthorized life forms who may approach the courier and make inquiries about the item. The courier will be supplied with 1 defense chit in case of pirate attacks. That's interesting. And then kill more creatures. This one gets me another exosuit upgrade. So, you know what? I'm going to definitely take this one. Since I already have to kill creatures, I might as well also take this one. The other ones I think I'm going to leave alone. I don't need my stuff clogged up, and I kind of don't want to get involved with pirates if my ship hasn't been decked out yet. So I'm going to leave that one alone. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stop here, and then this next episode is going to be... the next episode that we do, I'm going to probably just do this. Like, a ton. I actually need to free up some inventory space to be able to do this. So maybe I'll go and address our base first, because I believe I can get more storage capacity in the base, which then will allow me to offload some of this stuff. So, thank you guys so much for watching. May your RNG be kind, and the desire sensor be blind. Goodbye for now, but not for long.